Behold! I am the true, divine God of Ale! I'm gonna go hunt a monster, and it's gonna be the... Hello, my fellow hunters. It is not often that a weapon of such sizable silliness is a weapon of such promise, but in terms of the Master Ale, well, that is very much the case, because very uniquely they are double status dual blades, both Paralysis and Sleep. And when you pump both of them up, use a build that fully brings out their maximum potential, you end up in a situation where you just chain paralyze, chain sleep the monster until it dies in a haze of drunken stupor that you have quite literally beat into it. Solo, it's hilarious. This Devil Joe got slept 3 times and paralyzed 4 times before he finally kicked the pickle. And in multiplayer, you're just a hero, permanently keeping the monster locked down in all some such sorts of ways for free sleep flinch shots and paralyzed damage uptime. And then once you've killed the monster, you already have the celebratory drinks there right then for your hunting team. So really, what better build to use? Oh, and as a little side benefit, you are essentially unkillable, so really it all ties together quite nicely. What isn't as nice is my horrific dual blades gameplay throughout this, so I ask that you don't judge. Okay, it was a pure experiment to see how many paralysis and sleep would actually happen, to see if it was worthwhile, but, you know, maybe that's more. I'm not used to fighting Devil Joe, because, you know, I got a Latrion with dual blades. Please just die. I don't understand. How do you have so much health? Ah! Boom! Yep, I am so good at this game. So how exactly then have we pumped up these magnificent mugs of madness into something actually genuinely unique and awesome and worth using, despite the world's largest bar of blue sharpness? The goal, of course, then, is for maximum sleep and maximum paralysis, so we need to start looking at true critical status for, well, said maximum application of status, which means we already have 4 of the armor pieces chosen for us in 4 gold Rathian to get said bonus. The weapon, of course, is the Master Ale, so that leaves 1 slot. The only gold Rathian really that we don't want to be using here is the gloves, because they're resentment and kinda awful, so we whack on the more delicious golden goddess herself gloves for that crit boost and 2 lovely 4 slots, and this gives us a very nice little template to fill out in the way that we need. And of course the charm is the level 3 coalescence charm, because that is so much value from a charm, and 15% more status application and a little bit more raw damage too, because to be fair to the mugs, they do have 300 raw, which is very much up there. It's just, again, blue sharpness. So it's still not great, but we're trying our best here, and then all that is left is to fill out our decoration slots, and this, I have to say, is one of the most satisfying sets I have ever built, because there is something truly, well, beautiful when everything fills out perfectly, and there's no leftover skills, there's no unfinished skills, and, well, really, here you go.
Dear God, it's beautiful.
Oh yes, look at that. Behold its neat glory. So, we have, of course, maximum paralysis and sleep attack for maximum status. The Divine Blessing sorts itself thanks to the Gold Rathian, and because of that Divine Blessing secret, we are exceptionally hard to kill. The health boost is finished off along with the weakness exploit in that combo decoration, and then the crit boost is filled in with the 1 thanks to the gloves, and then all that's really left to do is add in a mind's eye, because again, blue sharpness so you don't bounce off everything, and then we need as much crit as we can get for the crit status, so I apologize for the 3 expert dual pluses there. Granted, we have 2 of them for free, so it's not the end of the world if the last one is just maybe 1 rank of it, but this is the ideal, okay? This is the ideal. And I love how just succinct and to the point and how much it just does the job it's supposed to do. There is no fat to trim on this build, and I often find that they are some of the most fun ones. The weapon itself then, of course, has got your level 3 status up with a health regen, because even though it's dual blades, it's still nice to get that top up, because if you get your Divine Blessing proc and you only take like 10% of your health, there's no point stopping to drink a potion there, just donk the monster a few times and you're topped up. It's just a lovely comfort net to have, and then all in all you end up in a position where you have 240 paralysis and 180 sleep, bloated granted, but you know, the message is clear. And while granted with double status or element dual blades, one of the weapons has one, the other has the other, so you apply half as fast, which is why pumping it is so important. But with how fast dual blade does apply, and with how, you know, fairly much status we do have on here, it really does work. As I said, 3 sleeps and 4 paralyses in one Devil Joe hunt is rather good. So yeah, you also look pretty cool with the Culven Gold Rathian combo, if I do say so myself. So I realize this is somewhat of a silly build, but it's undeniable how genuinely well it actually works, how genuinely useful it is to bring as a kind of support beer delivery dual blader to a multiplayer hunt where you constantly give the monster troubles and give all of your team some breathing space and free damage time. Especially in a world of flint shotting from sleep, sleeps get a lot more value than just barrel bombs or, you know, as much as I hate to say it, a great sword hit. So yeah, if you are about the world of the silly weapon, about the world of the dual blades, about the world of the status application, then this is the build for you. Also, for whatever reason, this whole hunt started with Devil Joe and Seething Basil having quite the little interaction. And the reason that had the music it did is because I realized that that interaction was definitely as lovers, because as soon as Devil Joe died, Basil arrived with a no! And I think that is quite poignant. 2 enemies become friends with the power of ale. And on that note, I'll leave you. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kind of relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.